Welcome to Here's to Your Health with Joshua Lane. Here's to Your Health discusses the current thinking in wellness, bringing you the most influential thinkers in beauty, fitness, and longevity. Your host, Joshua Lane, was part of the Dr. Ann Wigmore team that helped bring wheatgrass sprouts and raw foods to a worldwide audience. And now the host of Here's to Your Health, Joshua Lane.
Welcome to this edition of Here's to Your Health. I'm your host, Josh Lane. My guest is Monica BRANT. Monica BRANT is a professional figure competitor in the IFBB and 3 times a world champion. And Monica BRANT is here today to talk about the life-changing importance and fun that exercise and self-care can bring to us. And Monica is sponsored today by the nutritionist Karen Masterson-Cook, who founded ALOE LIFE in 1991. 35 years, ALOE LIFE is producing America's premium aloe vera with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And ALOE LIFE answers the SOS for help as an important herbal superfood, and the Aloe Gold, which I use, works for adults and children and is an important first step to improve digestion and absorption of nutrients, and this gives us more healthier energy. And ALOE LIFE aloe vera is probably best taken before meals, helps to improve absorption of supplements and foods, and works for us as what is known as an herbal bitter, a medicinal herbal bitter. That gets digestive juices flowing in the stomach as far as hydrochloric acid, and reduces heartburn and irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. And all the ALOE LIFE products are tested for potency and quality, and usually you'll find when you use them, like I use Aloe Gold, which I like very much, usually in 5 minutes, your stomach feels better. And you need just 1, maybe 2 ounces a day of the juice, as it is a 4X concentrate. And it contains the valuable dark yellow sap, tests highest in the aloe actives, and the large amount of aloe research suggests why natural energy occurs in the body. Plus, you get healthier LDL cholesterol and blood sugar levels, and there have been now more than 200 studies on immunity, and that's why the icon Active Aloe can be displayed on the ALOE LIFE label, and you won't see it in other products. That's Active Aloe. And the Aloe Gold works like an herbal multivitamin containing really over 100 nutrients that feed the body and repair damaged cells, including for skin issues and also for problems with inflammation, as in irritable bowel syndrome. And that's because of the gibberellin's growth factor. That's GIBBERELLINS growth factor from the aloe plant. And this is why aloe is called the miracle plant and the first aid plant for the whole family. And so our guest today is the fitness model and athlete, Monica BRANT. Monica, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Josh. Thanks so much for having me, and happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have you on the show. Well, I know you love Skin Gel by ALOE LIFE. I also enjoy that. And what is your history as an athlete, and how did you become involved with nutrition to improve and prolong your career?
Wow, well, I am super happy to share with you guys and the listeners about my story and why I'm an advocate for superior health, and not just for myself, but also my family, friends, and clients. This story ultimately led me to the story of my past, ultimately led me to amazing ALOE LIFE juice concentrates, the daily green formula, and the topical skin gel, which I know you like too, and the lotion skincare products. I cherish these products and I use them daily. You know, Texas, where I live here now, is very hot weather most of the year round, and my skin thrives with ALOE LIFE products. My skin is clear and hydrated from the inside out. And, you know, Josh, I come from a small town, and I've experienced a lot of different things in my life as an athlete and a model, and definitely a lot of different products. So aloe is definitely my favorite.
Well, our guest is Monica BRANT. Monica BRANT has, just to mention this, has appeared on, get this, 130 magazine covers. So that makes her really a very important fitness athlete. 130 covers is really, it's an accomplishment. So Monica, when Monica speaks about wellness and health and beauty, people listen. At one point, though, as you got older, as I understand it, you were actually considering, well, I wasn't going to fit. I won't do this competition. I just don't feel like, I'll use the word motivated. That might be the incorrect term, but you just didn't feel like doing it. Is that when you discovered that when you used the ALOE LIFE aloe vera that you actually you were just stronger, had more motivation?
Well, Josh, my life, definitely my career has been a whirlwind. Busy, yet super fulfilling to say the least. One competition, one photo shoot after another, also traveling the world with personal appearances and seminars to take fitness to the nations. And yes, at the time I thought competitions were slowing down for me, mostly probably because I'd been doing them for almost 30 years.
Right.
I can't say that I ever lacked motivation because I've been a very motivated person my whole life. But after almost 30 years, it was like, okay, well, am I going to keep doing this, or am I had enough? What's the next chapter for me? So I was 44, and I was actually started working with clients more regularly. As in conjunction with my athletics and my own career, I started helping clients and doing what I call radiant living lifestyle coaching. And I had some clients coming to me that had digestive issues. And at this time in my life, in my 40s, this was a decade ago, people didn't talk about their digestive issues as much, at least not for me. I hadn't been exposed to it like I am now. And so it was a new thing for me. And so I have a fun little story about how I found aloe and how it worked, for me. And then it started working for my clientele.
Our guest is Monica BRANT, the International Fitness Model. So Monica, what is that story? How did you discover aloe?
It was driving with my husband, to be honest. I was driving with my husband, and we were en route to go see my dad or something like this. And he was flipping through the channels on the radio. Of course, we didn't have Sirius back then. He was just flipping through channels. And I heard detox. I just heard the word detox. And I said, wait a minute, go back. And I heard the information about ALOE LIFE and the Detox Plus. So I asked if we could just listen to that for a while and let me hear what they had to say. And that really was the catalyst. They had for me personally, they had a BOGO buy one, get one free for the Detox Plus. And I literally called, probably that day, I called and ordered my own supply to try. That was the start of me learning about the ALOE LIFE company and how it worked. And it was probably very particular for me too, with my age and where I was, heading with my own changes in my female body, from the time I was, my early 20s to now 44, a lot changes. And for us, and of course with foods and how they've developed foods over the years and soil and all the things. So it was a pivotal moment for me to hear that commercial advertisement for aloe and to hear the story of the gal that was sharing her life-changing experience. And then I just picked up the phone and called and ordered.
Wow, that's a great story. Our guest is Monica BRANT, International Fitness Model, in competition on more than 140 covers, magazine covers. So Monica, what are some of the ideas that you've used to promote your wellness and your athletic training?
I have, with all of the competitions between fitness, figure, I raced in track and field with the USATF Masters Division. I'm a sprinter. I've competed in that in my 40s. I've done American Ninja Warrior training and obstacle course, Spartan racing. So I've done a little bit of everything. Of course, I'm an avid horseback rider. We have a horse training business. So I'm very involved in athletics, to say the least. And I love athletics. And I believe a variety of exercises, including weight training, loads of functional movement and stretching, plus, of course, adequate rest and recovery, to avoid injury, is all very important. And as you know, everyone needs some form of exercise. And I try to encourage people, they've got to do something that fits their fitness level and ability, even walking, maybe picking up the pace, I like to encourage people to even add a weighted vest when they walk. Of course, we've got to talk about hydration and wise nutrition choices. Quality proteins, fats, and veggies are my choice. And a fun note, aloe makes water wetter.
Right, right.
Meaning it's more absorbable with lots of trace minerals. So, friends, every day is a brand new day. You've just got to get back on track. Well, no pun intended, but maybe there is a small pun intended since I'm a big trackie. I'm at the track a couple times a week. ALOE LIFE has included informative, easy to read articles highlighting digestion, blood sugar, immunity balance, and of course, even healthy weight loss and detox too, all on their website. For over 20 years, I have enjoyed hosting and coaching women's events and training sessions, and I've enjoyed so much to share ALOE LIFE over the past decade with those attendees and clients. I love to share all forms of exercise, obstacle course training, sprints, beach training sessions, indoor strength training, to name just a few. And Josh, in my experience, and probably yours too, it's important to make and keep goals. Writing them down, and I find writing them down and adding a time frame to the completion is imperative. And then, of course, you have to, organize your lifestyle to attain these goals with daily consistency, and of course, prioritizing your health to win. And just win, not necessarily if you're in a competition, but win in life, right? We've got to be able to prioritize. And for me, ALOE LIFE has been a great place to start. And yes, it definitely is like some motivation in the bottle. If you're going to take it and understand all the benefits of it. So I look forward to my daily shot of aloe once a day, if not twice a day. And my body and my mind literally crave the ingredients and the benefits of the extra energy received from my daily shot of aloe. And, at 54 now, because remember, we're talking I know we're talking in a short amount of time, but it's hard to fit in, from childhood athletics all the way to where I am now at 54. And I still, at 54, in fact, yesterday I was running with a 16-year-old at the track.
Well, that's nice. Good for you.
I run sprints, so I'm out there, middle of the day, 100-degree weather, and I'm out there all out sprints. And one of the things that I have found to be so satisfying still to this day is a good burn of the 400-meter run. And being able to run all out, so many adults just forget how to do that. Kids, when kids are little, they run really fast and then they stop, they rest, then they run really fast and they stop and they rest. And that's how they grow. And as people get older, they've forgotten how to do that. So I'm not here trying to encourage everyone to go out and do sprints, because you got to build up slowly to that.
Yes.
But I am encouraging people to show up to be your own most excellent athlete to the best of your ability. Include ALOE LIFE, which helps to decrease pain while stimulating pleasure hormones as you exercise. And yes, I did say pleasure hormones.
Right. Well, we experience life through our bodies. When your body's cooperating, when you feel strong, everything is better. If you have pain in your body, that just colors everything. Our guest is Monica BRANT, international fitness model. Monica, you were on so many covers. So you were on Muscle and Fitness. What magazines were you on the cover?
Well, we're talking all national and international fitness magazines. So my first cover was Muscle and Fitness in 1994. My last cover that to date was in 2020, so I need to get on another one here in a few.
Right.
But it covered every health and fitness magazine you could possibly think of, all across the country, and of course in international. And it's interesting because I have fans all over the world, and I will get, still to this day, every once in a while, someone will send me a new cover that I've never seen before from Russia or Japan or Brazil or somewhere that's like, wow, I never saw that one. So right. It's fine. I still have some new ones coming. If someone goes to monicabrant.com, my official website, monicabrant.com, you can see all of my covers listed and showcased on my website, as well as, follow me through social media and some of the other things that I do, but my programs and things that I offer there. But all of my covers are listed there. Of course, I haven't gotten around to adding all of the featured articles for all those years as well, but the covers are all there.
Right. Our guest, Monica BRANT, international fitness expert. and also a contributor to the show. Monica's been on the show before and is sponsored today by ALOE LIFE, because as a mature woman, to put it that way, Monica was maybe needed something more for her training and hit upon using aloe vera products by ALOE LIFE, and really they were important for Monica, as they actually were important for me too, when as an older guy I still had problems with some acne scars, and I started using the skin gel and found that really made my skin better. And I mention that because, that's emotional, but it's also physical, because everyone wants to look good, and it's amazing how you can have, say, problems with your skin the way I did for many, many years. And years later, the ALOE LIFE the skin gel actually improved my skin. So that's kind of amazing how the body can heal itself. And I'm very happy to mention that. It is amazing.
Josh, I'm in the at the ranch and in the working with animals, horses, sometimes 7 or 8 hours a day, and our hands get so dry and cracked if you're out in the barn like that, right? Day to day to day. And the skin gel has helped so many of my barn associates and other trainers and people that handle like the wood when they're out, in the arenas putting wood out for the horses to go over, sometimes small jumps and stuff. And your hands get so cracked. And that aloe gel is so amazing because it heals, and it actually feels like you've got a healthy covering over your skin, and when you go to wash your hands, you can feel it coming off a little bit.
Right. Yes.
And even when 2020 kind of shut down, everything was cracking down, and they were hand sanitizer. I'm like, no, don't use hand sanitizer. Right. Use aloe gel. Right. Because it's right. It has so many healing and microbial benefits to it that it's just incredible. And there's no odor. I love it. So men and women alike. And I'll tell you, I also use it on my face, the skin gel. I do as well for that hydration and that healing of my skin.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Monica. I'm really happy with it. It's funny, I kind of use it a little bit as a cosmetic, and of course I came to that, later. But really, I see that it really does kind of, as you mentioned, kind of covers the skin nicely, and really you look better. And I'm thinking, hey, I want to look better. And so I really like the skin gel, and Karen really kind of really helped me with that one too. Let me ask you a question about the 11 herbal extracts that they added to the Advanced Detox Plus, which is a juice concentrate. I also understand that you use that in addition to the daily greens. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes. In fact, that's the one that I originally started with, but I use it and have enjoyed that one as well. So, but I kind of rotate right now. I rotate for the last 10 years, I've been with aloe. So I rotate between the Detox Plus and the Aloe Gold. I will rotate. So maybe 3 months on one and then 2 or 3 months on the other, kind of like that, as I feel internally to do. There are absolutely really amazing qualities to the Detox Plus, and I'll talk a little bit on them. So the Detox Plus is the base of Aloe Gold concentrate. And I kind of find this crazy. 25 pounds of aloe leaves in every quart. That to me is amazing to think. 25 pounds of aloe leaf in every quart with 11 herbal extracts added, including American ginseng, so that supports all glandular strength, including the adrenals, which everyone's so stressed out nowadays, right? Between the foods they eat, the lack of sleep, all of the EMF from the phones and everything, people are literally stressed out, and the adrenals are working overtime. So it's really important to help with the adrenals. And then you've got your liver that has 500 jobs daily. Can you imagine if we had 500 jobs daily?
Right. It's a lot.
I mean, right. So milk thistle has been added for extra liver regeneration and cleansing. Of course, researchers say it's a big reason why people, including children, are so ill these days with toxic liver, fatty liver disease. So we definitely need to be able to help our liver do the 500 jobs that it has to do. And then we'll add in fungal fighting with Pau d'Arco and cat's claw and 5 Essaic herbal extracts that together clean lymphatics and stimulate immunity as well. The synergy of these healing products also help the lungs and calm inflammation with chamomile extract. Josh, I told you it was number one, and that's why go between that one and Aloe Gold, just to be able to have the most complete and, of course, herbally delicious juice on the market. People ask me how it tastes all the time, and I look at people, I'm like, should it matter how it tastes? Like, to me, Herbally Delicious describes it the best. But I don't know, when people ask me that, I just look at them, I'm like, come on, don't worry about how it tastes, just get it in.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Gotcha.
And just to remind listeners that together, these two products, we're talking about Detox Plus, and the Daily Greens, or we can also, add in, of course, the Aloe Gold Juice. They build up the body with healthy, healing energy. And I definitely can feel the support in all my activities, my sports, including the long ranch days that I get to experience. It is incredible, just being able to feel that I could use something that's 100% safe, awesome for any skin issues as well. And I'm so impressed with the ALOE LIFE products. They're reasonably priced. Remember, they're concentrated, so a little bit goes a very long way. And of course, that's, we've experienced that, Josh, with the external product of the skin gel. A little bit goes a long way. And of course, with the internal products, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm super impressed with that aspect of it.
Absolutely. Our guest is Monica BRANT, international fitness model, who is a spokesperson helping us today with the ALOE LIFE products and how they were so successful and continue to be successful in improving really Monica's ability to compete and be a professional athlete and to maintain a vigorous and active lifestyle. And also would like to mention that the ALOE LIFE products, there are specials on ALOE LIFE on a regular basis, and you can go to the website www.aloelife.com, or you can call the staff or Karen at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-2563. Also, sometimes it's 1-800-414-ALOE, which is 800-414-2563. And also, for today's special, Monica 15 at checkout, and you can save up to 45% on the Detox and Daily Green specials or other bundles of the 17 ALOE LIFE products. And also, Karen has 2 excellent books as well, by the way. I'm a big fan of Karen's work. And the ALOE LIFE products are available at over 2,200 outlets throughout the United States, including Clark's, Natural Grocers, Mother's, Fraser Farm, of course on Amazon, online, and at quality natural food stores nationwide. So we can always choose health. We can choose ALOE LIFE for a healthier life for the whole family. This includes our pets. We can give ALOE LIFE. Please give ALOE LIFE a call. Chat with Karen or her staff. Again, 1-800-414-ALOE. That's 1-800-414-2563. Satisfaction is guaranteed. 1-800-414-ALOE or www.aloelife.com, and that's ALOE LIFE for a healthier life today. Monica, do you have any parting thoughts for the listeners as far as wellness and health and also aging?
I always enjoy sharing the truth about ALOE LIFE, my story, and yes, I always have parting words because I am female.
Right.
We like to talk a little bit. So I just want to share, yes, friends, find the type of exercise that you will do. You don't have to do what I do, climbing, ninja 14-foot walls and running sprints and all the things, but you've got to find something that you will do and engage in it consistently, ensuring your heart and lungs work hard a few times a week from the said exercise you can and will do. Then stand more than sit, get outside more often, watch less TV, use your phone less, enjoy people, eat less overall, hydrate with quality water, play with your kids and pets, experience the sun rising and the sun setting, and let it be a blessing in your lives by choosing ALOE LIFE, #1 in aloe to energize your day, supporting exercise, better digestion, and of course, optimizing your health with the miracle plant ALOE LIFE. God wants you well. Join me to experience the bountiful benefits of ALOE LIFE products for a healthier today and tomorrow.
Well, thank you, Monica. And Monica, just one final idea. You enjoy all the exercise and eating carefully. It's just fun, and also you see that very practically, you feel better when you do this, right?
Yes, sir. I do. And There are, I kind of joked around about the pleasure hormones, but 100% when we exercise and when we eat well, like we have way more access to our hormones that God gave us for specific reasons. When we sleep, when we have a better protocol prior to going to sleep, when we use quality products like ALOE LIFE, our body just functions the way it was meant to function, and it ages well, and we can work better, we can enjoy people more, and we have like clearer mindset and understanding of literally of right and wrong, of the way that we are supposed to walk through life. And I just can't say enough, we've got so many temptations in the world now, and so many activities and things that are deteriorating people's health as opposed to increasing their health. So we have to take responsibility for ourselves, and we've got to get out there and do things that build ourselves up and build up others.
Right.
Right. And it can be in small increments. It doesn't have to be all at once, but we just have, I think the biggest thing is that responsibility for each of us.
I think so too. Well, Monica Brandt, thank you very much. Our guest has been Monica Brandt, international fitness model, who is helping today and speaking about some of the ALOE LIFE products that she likes so well. And if you there are some specials on ALOE LIFE, want to repeat those, you can go to www.aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-2563. And again, Monica 15 at checkout. And you can save up to 45% on the detox and daily greens specials or other bundles of the 17 products and the books that Karen Masterson Cook, the founder of ALOE LIFE, has. And ALOE LIFE products available at over 2,000 outlets, including Clark's, Mother's, Natural Grocers, Fraser Farms, of course on Amazon, online, and at quality natural food stores nationwide. This is Josh Lane. You're listening to Here's to Your Health. We take a short break, and we'll be right back after these important messages.
Hi friends, Monica Brandt here for ALOE LIFE #1 in aloe vera. As a professional international athlete for over 30 years between track, ninja, and fitness, I want to remind you of daily exercise plus ALOE LIFE, my daily wake up to look and feel your best. ALOE LIFE products boosted victory for me in 2016, winning first place World's European Union figure. See ALOELife.com athletes. Plus workouts are easier too with ALOE LIFE products for digestion, energy, and stamina for success, or even dropping weight. It's so easy, friends, to choose a winning team. Aloe Gold or Detox Plus with certified organic daily green superfoods by ALOE LIFE. Be your own best athlete with ALOE LIFE products that work fast. ALOELife.com or 1-800-414-ALOE. Choose ALOE LIFE today, friends. I'm glad I did. This is Monica Brandt, Fitness Olympia champion and fan of ALOE LIFE for over 10 years. ALOE LIFE since 1991.
Welcome to this edition of Here's to Your Health. I'm your host, Josh Lane. Well, we're in the winter months now. It's cold in many areas. It's snowy. And we're home, and we're not getting a lot of sun, and sometimes it's even gray. And the question we all have, we kind of know the answer. The answer is, the question is, well, does the seasons affect me? And if they do affect me, and maybe they affect me adversely this winter time, is there anything that I can do about it? It's a topic on our mind. A lot of people kind of think about it these days where they didn't 10 or 15 years ago. And our guest is Dr. CHERYL Fisher. Dr. Fisher is a PhD, and Dr. Fisher is a licensed clinical professional counselor and a counselor educator, and is director and associate professor at Alliant University. And Dr. Fisher has more than 30 years of experience in clinical and educational experience with both individuals, families, and children. Dr. CHERYL Fisher, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. This is the time of year to have this conversation for sure.
Yes, it really is. Yeah, so let's jump right in. We're in the winter months. What is seasonal affective disorder, and why does it affect so many people?
Yeah, so seasonal affective disorder really is a condition where we start seeing some of the symptoms of depression, such as getting tired more easily, not being motivated, craving carbohydrates. We kind of just want to get under our Snuggie and stay hibernated for the winter. And this condition actually is kind of a normalized condition when we think about the natural world. This time of year in the northern latitudes, we see nature doing the same thing, right? We see it turning inward, collecting its nuts and berries and getting ready for hibernation, lower energy. And so one of the things we recognize is that the human species is also a natural element and a natural creature, and we are impacted by what's happening. Where we start looking at this clinically is when the symptoms start becoming more distracted, more dysfunctional for the individual. And that's where we start looking more at the pathology of it. But in general, most of us in the winter months start turning inward and quieting down and looking for those mashed potatoes.
Right. Our guest is Dr. CHERYL Fisher. Dr. Fisher is a PhD, and she's with, and also an associate professor at Alliant University, and works with, and she's a licensed clinical counselor and a counselor educator, and helps us really feel better. Dr. Fisher, you mentioned something very interesting, and I think I find this to be completely true. When someone is depressed, that makes them much more prone to fall asleep all the time, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. There tends to be an increase in sleepiness or lethargy. Mm-hmm.
The reason I asked that, actually, I have a friend. I'm a man in my 70s, and my friend is older than I am, and nice guy. I've known him for 25 years, and he depressed about things, and he actually was driving his car not too long ago. He's actually a very good driver, and he fell asleep at the wheel and had a car accident.
Goodness.
He wasn't hurt too bad, but he hurt a little bit. And I didn't say anything to him, but I thought, oh my God, you're so depressed, you're falling asleep at the wheel. Is that an unkind thing to think? Is that wrong for me to think that?
Well, there might be other things
Right.
playing out for him, but certainly it is worth taking a look at if somebody is falling asleep that often and that quickly, driving would be a concern. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because you see in the real world how emotion is so powerful. I guess the problem with emotion is, you really can't count it, can you? You really can't say, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. You can't do that. But I think we all, as adults, understand how powerful it is.
Yes. And what's interesting about emotion is it's not just a feeling, right? There's a biochemical response. There's a physiological response. And I think that's what is so fascinating about seasonal affective disorder is it is truly a response, the body's response to decrease in light, decrease in exposure to vitamin D, and then it manifests in a variety of these depressive symptoms.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Our guest is Dr. CHERYL Fisher. Dr. Fisher is a PhD, an associate professor at Alliant University. Dr. Fisher, what is nature therapy and how does it support mental health?
Absolutely. So again, it really stems from the premise that we understand that human beings are natural beings and that we are absolutely impacted by the seasons, the cycles, just the change, the circadian rhythms of the natural world. And so what nature therapy does is capitalizes on that information. We know that when we spend 15, 20 minutes in a green space, which could be a forest or, a park, that the terpenes that are emitted from the green plants interacts with the physical body, the human body, in such a way as it decreases our cortisol, the stress hormone. It increases serotonin, one of the happy neurotransmitters. Also activates the dopamine pathway, increases natural killer cells, which are associated with our immune system. And it overall creates this calm and alert state. So we know that being in nature without doing anything else creates this biochemical exchange between the human body and the natural world that contributes to our mental wellness. We also know the counter to that detachment from being in the natural world has been associated with obesity and mental distress.
Wow. Our guest is Dr. CHERYL Fisher. Dr. Fisher is a PhD. Dr. Fisher, what you just mentioned about how being in nature, walking in the forest, how it's good for us. Now, people have been saying that for, in books I've read, 30, 40 years ago or 50 years ago, but I think people were very dismissive of it then. So were there scientific studies done in the past, say, 10, 15 years that validate those ideas?
Oh, absolutely. When we're talking about Shinrin-yoku or forest bathing, the Japanese community has been utilizing this as a prescriptive action for individuals. And this research, Dr. Lee has done extensive research around the biochemistry of what happens when individuals simply are present in a forest. Just sitting there, again, 15, 20 minutes, depends on the research. But it does create this calm and alert state. And again, decreases cortisol, norepinephrine, decreases the stress hormones, and increases the happy neurotransmitters. So there's extensive research on this. I have a colleague of mine who says it's no longer if we know this works, it's now how are we going to utilize this relationship with nature.
Right. Dr. Fisher, by the way, how can listeners of Here's to Your Health contact you? Maybe they could, get a counseling session with you. How can we do that?
I'm happy to do that, or be a consultant regarding nature therapy. I can be reached at CHERYL, CHERYL .Fisher, FISHER, at Alliant, ALLIANT .edu. CHERYL.Fisher at Alliant.edu.
Dr. Fisher, by the way, where is Alliant? Where's the university?
So the university, the main campus for the online campus, which is what I direct, is in San Diego. I'm actually heading there from a very cold climate of Annapolis, Maryland right now, to San Diego on Thursday. So we are located, the main campus is in San Diego.
And how did you become interested in being a psychologist? I mean, as a young girl, did you just find you read various books, you just loved this subject? I mean, how did you get involved with this?
So in the field of psychology, I'm actually a licensed clinical professional counselor. That's my professional identity. And honestly, I think it's one of those things where people just kind of start gravitating to you when you're very young, and you realize, oh gosh, maybe I should get a license if I'm going to be giving out advice.
Right.
And so I worked with pre-kindergarten, very, very, very young in my career, pre-kindergartners, and I found I was counseling their parents. So at that point, it was like, I better get that license if I'm doing this.
Wow, good for you. Our guest is Dr. CHERYL Fisher. Dr. Fisher, what other recommendations do you have to combat what is called SAD, or Seasonal Affective Disorder?
Yeah, so if we understand that seasonal affective disorder really is a condition that's related to a lack of vitamin D, a lack of exposure to light, then one of the things we want to do is increase the opportunities of receiving vitamin D and also light. So light therapy is really the gold standard of practice. The first thing we do, there are special light lamps that can be purchased. They have 10,000 lux light box. That do not have the negative UV rays. And what I find is I prescribe to my patients 20 minutes to 90 minutes a day, sitting with this light at eye level. My students do their homework under the lights. People sometimes bring these lamps to work and will have their lunch with the lamps. But increasing our exposure to light is a number one treatment. We also can do that outside, right? So even though it may be overcast, there's still the produce of light that will help our circadian rhythms, because that's the other thing that's impacted. Our circadian rhythms get a little bit confused when we have longer nights. The overproduction of melatonin, which is responsible for us getting sleepy at night, and the improper production of cortisol at the right time to help wake us up. So being outdoors, light therapy, getting a vitamin D boost, talk to your doctor if a supplement is something they're interested in. Doing activities outside, walking, any exercise that you do inside, you get a serotonin boost when you do it outside. Those are a couple of key things. And I think the last thing I like to tell folks is it's the cognitive piece. It's the thoughts. Oftentimes when we want to just snuggle all day, we feel like something's wrong with us. And for some people, there is something that they want to take to their physician around. It's really impeding their life. But for most of us, just wanting to cozy up is actually a natural process this time of year. In the Nordic countries, they create an entire culture around it. Denmark has what they call Hygge, Hygge, where they embrace the winter and embrace the slowing down and the rest. So I think the final thing is just the cognitive piece of normalizing this is going to be a quieter time of year.
All right. Our guest is Dr. CHERYL Fisher. Dr. Fisher is a PhD and working with Alliant University in the San Diego area. Dr. Fisher, let's say a person is out of doors and they want to, do what used to be called sunbathing. So what is the appropriate amount of time to get if you're going to sunbathe to get ultraviolet light that you feel is good for us? How much do we need and how much is too much?
Okay, so are you speaking of force bathing, the Shinrin-yoku?
No, we mentioned a little bit. I was talking about just going outside, sitting by the pool or something.
Getting some sun. I think that the research seems to indicate 15 to 20 minutes of light exposure, 15 to 20 minutes of being outdoors does an incredible amount of biochemical exchange. And again, in the right way, the lowering cortisol, norepinephrine, and adrenaline, stress hormones, increasing serotonin, increasing the dopamine pathways, and just creating this calm, alert state. So we don't need a lot of time. We want more consistent time. And research also shows with all the time we spend on our digital devices, we want to counter that with time outdoors.
All righty. And Dr. Fisher, I know years ago the dermatologists were very concerned. They didn't want you to go outdoors at all. They were really kind of very strongly about that. I always felt they were incorrect. So have they softened their position now? They're feeling 15 or 20 minutes as 2 or 3 times a week is actually important for us. Have they pivoted their position or they still remain opposed to the sun?
So that is a really good question for dermatologists. From a psychological perspective, what we know is that 15 to 20 minutes, a day if we can, or even the research says once a week. The benefits do seem to linger for at least a week, but ideally 15 to 20 minutes a day outdoors is key. That's where we stand from a psychological perspective.
All righty. Dr. Fisher, as we come to the end of the interview, how can listeners of Here's to Health contact you once again to learn more about your important work?
Sure, absolutely. So I am located at cheryl.fisher at alliant.edu. That's Cheryl, CHERYL, .fisher, FISHER, at Alliant, ALLIANT.edu.
Dr. Fisher, again, please give us that contact information once again, please.
Sure. It's cheryl.fisher at alliant.edu. And
if listeners call you, you can do phone consultation anywhere in the globe, literally. Is that it?
I'm happy to talk with anyone regarding anything we've discussed today. I have a book out. I'm writing another book. I frequently present on this topic. And people just might be interested. How do they get connected?
All right. And what's the title of your book that's available now?
The book is called Mindfulness and Nature-Based Therapeutic Techniques for Children.
I see. And is that available on Amazon?
Amazon. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Give us the title of the book again.
Mindfulness and Nature-Based Therapeutic Techniques for Children.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Our guest has been Dr. CHERYL Fisher, a PhD at Alliant University in San Diego, talking about seasonal affective disorder and how we can guard against the adverse effects of that and what we can do scientifically. This is Josh Lane. You're listening to Here's to Your Health. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back after these important messages.
Have you had your Carlson Norwegian fish oil today? Decades ago, scientists discovered why Greenland Eskimos maintain healthy hearts despite their high-fat diets. The high level of omega-3 oils in their seafood diet protected their hearts. Carlson Norwegian fish oil provides those important omega-3 oils. The same omega-3s from cold water fish support maximum brain power, immune strength, joint comfort, and our vision too. Carlson, the very finest fish oil, is a valuable source of the important omega-3s EPA and DHA. Each teaspoon provides a full 1,600 milligrams of omega-3s. And its purity is guaranteed. Try it on salads and popcorn. It tastes like lemon, not fishy. Ask for Carlson, the very finest fish oil, at finer health food stores today.
Welcome to this edition of Here's to Your Health. I'm your host, Josh Lane. New information just out about a new Pfizer drug trial that we need to have a little bit more background on to understand its implications. Pfizer, the drug maker, last week published Phase 3 clinical trial results for its mRNA flu vaccine in the New England Journal of Medicine, but it excluded the trial's data for adults 65 and older. The data, published only on clinicaltrials.gov, showed that elderly participants who received the mRNA flu shot faced a greater risk of serious adverse events, including kidney failure and acute respiratory failure. The trial results, published in the New England Journal of Medicine last week, focused exclusively on adults 18 to 64. The only reference to results for participants 65 and older appeared as a brief mention in an accompanying editorial. The New England Journal of Medicine's exclusion of a full high-risk cohort is extremely unusual and suggests a strategic de-emphasis of negative findings. And when an influential medical journal omits an entire high-risk population, and that population shows no benefit and higher harm, what we have is a business transaction, not science. It might be a PR win for Pfizer, but it comes at the exclusion of a population that is significantly more prone to flu-related illnesses. One reason the vaccine industry would not want to enroll large numbers of frail elderly persons is that this risks exposing low or rapidly waning efficacy and high rates of side effects or harm. Kidney failure among elderly is a significant safety signal. The results show Pfizer's mRNA flu vaccine poses a higher risk than existing non-mRNA flu vaccines. Now, Karl Jablonski, a PhD, who is a senior research scientist for Children's Health Defense, states the 65 and over portion of the clinical trial accounts for the largest discrepancy of adverse events. Dr. Jablonski further says, the mRNA group suffered a 7% elevated all-cause mortality and an 8% elevation in serious adverse events and an 80% elevation in non-serious adverse events. The researchers also have to reconcile the dramatic differences of a 129% elevation in acute kidney injuries. That's a 100% elevation in acute kidney injuries and a 184% elevation in acute respiratory failures among participants who received the mRNA flu shot. The data shows a statistically significant 185% greater chance of acute respiratory failure for the mRNA product. This outcome is worrisome and a significant safety signal. There is a clear warning when the vaccine causes all these kidney issues in the healthiest segment of an age group that is most at risk for kidney damage or decline. Who would be willing to take that mRNA shot over the conventional one? I think the answer is no one. Dr. Clayton J. Baker, the MD, said that the mRNA group also had a higher cancer rate. In the 65-plus age group, this is Dr. Clayton J. Baker, and the mRNA shots had a higher rate of cancers. This is an important consideration given the multiple studies, including one study in South Korea and one study done in Italy, showing links between the mRNA platform and increased cancer incidence. The profile of adverse events commonly reported among mRNA flu shot recipients includes fatigue, fevers and pain, and it looks identical to the COVID-19 mRNA shots. And the findings show that the mRNA vaccine is ineffective and causes even more deaths and serious side effects than the conventional vaccine, which is already, unfortunately, ineffective. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, flu shot effectiveness has varied greatly in the past 15 years, ranging from 19% effective up to 60% effective. The exclusion criteria for participants was stringent. Participants were by design healthy retirees without serious comorbidities. But the data Pfizer omitted from the New England Journal of Medicine analysis shows higher all-cause mortality in the 65 and older group that received the mRNA vaccine compared with people in the same age group who received the conventional flu vaccine. In the United States, adults 65 and older have the highest risk of hospitalization or death from flu. They are also the group with the highest rate of flu vaccinations in the U.S., with a coverage estimate of 69.7% during the 2023 to 2024 flu season. This is according to the Center for Disease Control. The Pfizer trial suggests that lipid nanoparticles may cause serious vaccine injuries. It is possible the profile of serious adverse events among the clinical trial participants who received Pfizer's mRNA flu shot indicates that mRNA technology itself may be the cause and, more broadly, may pose significant risks to human health. While adverse events, including widespread inflammation following mRNA COVID-19 vaccinations, were widely attributed to the presence of spike protein in those shots, the results of the clinical trial for the mRNA flu shot indicate that lipid nanoparticles may be responsible for the significantly higher rate of adverse events. Lipid nanoparticles are intended to deliver mRNA to human cells, but they've also been found to deliver DNA contaminants, which have been found within the mRNA COVID vaccines, and they deliver these contaminants throughout the body. The mRNA platform toxicity is not limited to spike proteins. It may even be that spike proteins is just an accelerator of the damage done by the lipid nanoparticles. This influenza trial is the best trial so far where one can hypothesize that the lipid nanoparticles by themselves might be able to do so. It is possible Pfizer omitted the data on trial participants 65 and older to hide the evidence of harm caused by mRNA vaccine technology. What those tables revealed wasn't just a failed trial, but a clue to the central problem of the mRNA project. Even without spike, the inflammatory signature persists. It seems Pfizer was not transparent about the dosage of the mRNA flu shot that trial participants 65 and over received. Those over 65 received a higher dose of mRNA than those aged 18 to 64 who received 30 micrograms. Yet in the protocol published in the New England Journal of Medicine, the exact dose administered to those over 65 is hidden. It is possible that the dose required to attain a sufficient immunological response is so high in those over 64 that the manufacturer did not state it clearly. Others noted that Pfizer tested its mRNA flu shot against another vaccine and not against an unvaccinated control group, making it difficult to ascertain the true effectiveness of the mRNA vaccine in light of the significant fluctuations in the year-to-year effectiveness of the existing flu vaccine. Concealing data could result in criminal liability for Pfizer. Pfizer may face difficulty getting the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, to approve its mRNA flu shot. These results are so bad that it is not clear whether the FDA could or would possibly approve an mRNA shot based on this data. If it did, the vaccine's commercial prospects would be effectively nil. This information came from the Children's Health Defense, who is an excellent group, and I'm happy to be part of that organization. I really think very highly of the people in the group. Their science is very careful. They're a very excellent group. And possibly Children's Health Defense is at this time the foremost wellness organization in the United States. In my sense of things, I believe they are. This is Josh Lane. You're listening to Here's to Your Health. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back after these important messages.
Medical scientists worldwide are encouraging people to eat more fish. Most American diets are low in cold water fish that are abundant in important omega-3 oils. DHA and EPA are the vital components of fish oil that provide healthy benefits. Not only are they crucial for brain and vision development, they're very important for cardiovascular health. Carlson, America's leading Norwegian fish oil brand, specializes in both great-tasting soft gels that are easy to swallow and fish oil liquids that don't taste fishy. That's right, Carlson provides the most extensive line of fish oils to meet all your needs. You can take Carlson fish oils with confidence, for Carlson fish oils are tested for purity, potency, and freshness. Ask for Carlson Norwegian fish oils today. That's right, ask for Carlson Norwegian fish oils today.
Friends, say goodbye to rough, dry, and troubled skin. Even acne scars fade with ALOE LIFE Skin Gel by ALOE LIFE, not over-processed. So look for the dark yellow color, like the ancients wrote about, that gets to work fast in 5 minutes to 45 days. Skin Gel for more beautiful skin by ALOE LIFE. Call 800-414-ALOE. That's 800-414-ALOE. An A-plus Better Business Bureau company. Skin Gel available at Whole Foods, Clark's, Natural Grocers, other quality stores, plus ALOELife.com. 800-414-ALOE. That's 800-414-ALOE. ALOE LIFE, aloe vera. For you, 800-414-ALOE. Do something good for yourself. Zoom into the new year. Leaders in health products since 1991. ALOE LIFE, for a healthier life.
Thank you for listening to the show. If you have suggestions for guests or topics you would like to hear, please email me at joshlane.wellness@gmail.com. That's joshlane.wellness@gmail.com. JOSHLANE wellness@gmail.com. On behalf of the cast and crew, I would like to wish you a healthy and safe good evening.